what's your relationship like with the wrestling business these days?
Uh, just other than doing the signings, not much. We went. Me and Phineas went down a few months ago and did the 6 Feet Under podcast with Taker and Matt Lyda, and we got. We just do the signings, and it's good to see the boys after so many years. I'm always seeing somebody that freshens my day up, and it's good to just get together and sign and tell stories and tell our war stories.
It's funny. I
Got
often,
WrestleMania coming up.
yeah, absolutely. I often
Got
think with those,
WrestleCon, WrestleMania in Vegas. So looking forward to that.
you and Godfather, no doubt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Supposed to go over to his house when we go out to Vegas. So that'll be interesting.
Yep. I'm glad. I'm glad you brought up 6 Feet Under because obviously I watched your episode that you did, with Mark, and it must be. I'd imagine having been his friend for so long, it must be so nice for you to finally, for the world to finally see the Mark Callaway that you've known for 30 years, who for so long was just the Undertaker, who kept that kayfabe going for so long, and now here he is, talking, laughing away, and having a great time on his show.
Yeah, and it is. It's a breath of fresh air to see him let his hair down and be Mark instead of the dead man, because I was with him so many miles up and down the road, him and Paul, and him staying in character and not breaking it. And it was tough. I was a silly hillbilly, so I could do anything I wanted to. But yeah, it's real nice because he's very intelligent, very reserved, conservative, and it's nice to see him come out of his shell and be able to do all this.
It's amazing for us fans because, of course, we heard all these stories over the year about him being kind of the locker room leader and what he was like away from being the Undertaker, but we never got to see that. And so I think that's, a big reason why 6 Feet Under has done so well so quickly. It's just fans, I don't think, can get enough of seeing the real Mark Callaway after so long entertain us as the
Yeah.
Undertaker. The last time that WWE fans saw you, of course, was on a grand stage was in 2020, and that was when you returned for the Undertaker's retirement ceremony. And obviously, that's an
Yes.
incredible night, even though it took place in the Thunderdome rather than in front of a stadium full of fans. But it kind of worked because without an audience, they were able to do so much more to make it really spectacular and special. What can you tell me about being there for Mark's last night, which I'm sure was very emotional for everyone?
Oh my God. Yeah. It was just, we were just sitting there just in awe. I was getting cold chills on me and hearing his music, it always, even on the road back in the day, when I'd hear his music, it was just like him and Steve's when the glass would break, Stone Cold. So those two always sort of stuck out the most to me. But man, we all got together that night to BSK, and we did pretty good at the bar. I remember Godfather and Taker had to put some of us to bed as usual, but we hadn't been together for over 20 years, all of us at one time. So
Really? Wow.
we were talking how we made up for 20 years in one night. I had seen everybody, but not together. So for us to get together down there and let our hair down, we made up for 20 years. But yeah, I love those guys. And, got good memories.
Yeah, so the first BSK member that I've had on this show is obviously your good friend, the Godfather. Now, I asked him before we came on air tonight, I asked him if he had a message to pass on to you. And he gave me 3 words, Mark, which mean absolutely nothing to me, but he said, you know exactly what I was talking about. He said to me, test the water.
Test the waters. Yeah. We send that to each other all the time. He'll say something and I'll comment, send a smiley face and say, testing the waters.
I love it.